isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Hey, crack open a six-pack for me. Seven in a row. He knew it. He absolutely knew it. satisfied with it.
He got it! Oh, he missed it on the first go-around, but got the kick. 4-10 split conversion.
That keeps his hopes alive. What a great time to convert a pretty tough split. Let him slide the 4 into the 10 and catches just enough for the 10 pin. Spectacular.
Does what? 5 in a row. Uh-oh.
what's up, you guys? It's Frank the Tank, and that was the Soniq and the Supersonic. So these videos were filmed quite a number of months ago, but I could never get to finishing them, and I think it's kind of a little obvious if any of you could see that these were filmed as quite some time ago. But you know, all these new bowling balls coming up, and you know, I kept setting this aside for you know, because I wanted to put my priority into finishing those new bowling balls first, and now I can finally say, you know, like I just kept going little by little with this video, trying to finish piece by piece, and now I finally have it finished, so better late than never. And, you know, I didn't see like any, because these bowling balls are discontinued, there's no point. You know, this is basically just a fun little video, you know, a little side video that I had put together. I didn't really see the point in, you know, putting these up on YouTube separately, so I just decided to put them both together and make like another kind of comparison video like I did with the Halos, the Rubicons, and the UFOs. But you know, I do definitely got to find a way to like cut down on these, like, because obviously, as you can see, it's taken a way too long. We're already past the 15-minute mark, and you know, the same thing happened with the other videos. Even when I did the Rubicons, where I decided to just play two games with each ball, that still kind of, you know, went a little over. But you know, the only good thing I can think of that comes out of this for you guys is that, you know, a lot more bowling. But you know, it's hell trying to put this together, I can tell you that right now. But anyway, what's done is done, and I guess now we can talk about the bowling balls. So we'll start with the Soniq. So the Soniq has a pro reactive cover on it, and you guys could see it gets down there pretty late. But the one thing that was pretty crazy was how strong of a back end it had to it. And I mean, it had, I think that if my memory doesn't fade like fail me here, I think the Soniq and the Supersonic both have that centripetal core. So that's what struck me as a bit odd, is because I'm pretty sure that that centripetal core, they put it in the IQ Tour and they put it in the high roads. And those bowling balls, we all know, they're cool, but they're not like super, super strong on their back end. So for that ball to be super strong on its back end was a little bit strange to me. But then again, I'd totally forgotten that on that day, like right before I turned on the camera to start filming for the Soniq, I had already like burnt up that back part of the lane playing with another ball. I can't remember what ball I was using, but yeah. But I had played a couple of games on that lane already, so that back part of the lane was nice and dry for that Soniq to act like a hook monster. So I couldn't tell you what that ball would be like if it were on fresh, but it was nice to make it look like a hook monster, I guess. So yeah, I really did have to be left. I do remember that. And yeah, you could see my form was not really all the greatest. The reason for that was because I do remember, like a few days prior, I had actually hurt my leg working a job. I'm not going to get into too much detail about it, but it wasn't that bad. But I did hurt it to the point where it kind of hurt to like put any like serious weight on it. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to put any like knee bend on it, so I had to be careful. But you know, the smart move would have been to not bowl at all. But I me being stubborn as hell, I just decided, you know, I still think I can get through it. I just have to be careful. So as you could see, the only way I could get through it was not putting any knee bend on it and kind of, you know, being a little more like, I don't want to say relaxed with my form, but it looked pretty sloppy. But I got through it nonetheless. And then moving to the Supersonic, I totally like had this deal that it had a solid cover on it, but then I looked into it and I saw that it was actually a hybrid cover, which made sense because of, you know, what I saw out there. It didn't read the lane super early. It wasn't super snappy. It was kind of aggressive, but you know, hybrid covers typically are supposed to be like a in between of in between the solid and the pearl. You know, we all know how that works. You know, they usually take like a mixture of like this one and that one, and they put something together with it. Like an example being what is it, the Idol Synergy, I think. They, you know, would take a little bit of this and a little bit of that and combine it and see how that would work. So that's what they did with this one, and it worked pretty well. It didn't react too early, wasn't too late, but for some reason it was kind of a little difficult to me for me to try and figure out. But luckily, I'd gotten through that one, and Yeah, that's really the only difference that I could see in these two bowling balls is that the Supersonic is just just a pinch early. That's it. That's nothing serious. Uh, it. You could see that it wasn't as like it didn't have that serious of a back end compared to the Supersonic. But then again, I was on a fresher lane using that Supersonic, and yeah, I mean, I can only imagine what would have happened if I had that exact same lane condition that I did with the Sonic. That would have been insanely snappy. I mean, it still was like a pretty crazy to you, like with its back end, but still, one can only imagine what would have happened. So in the end, I'm not going to say that the Supersonic was more superior to the Sonic. And I'm sure as hell not going to be using what happened in the Sonic video as an excuse for the lower score. That thing like with my leg and the lane condition. No, forget it. I bowled the way I did. I chose to be an idiot and go out there when my leg was hurting, and that's it. So I would say that these two bowling balls are pretty even. And unfortunately, me being an idiot trying to bowl when I shouldn't have made it look not all that great, but did what I could, and I guess we could say overall, the Supersonic. I can only imagine that the exact same thing would have happened with the Sonic had I, been normal with my health and in my leg especially, and if the conditions were fresher, and I learned my lesson never to do that again, never bowl while hurt, and never bowl a couple games off camera first and then bowl on the lane, because then you're not bowling on fresh conditions. So there you go. That is the Supersonic. Pretty good. Pretty satisfied with the results, but definitely not two bowling balls for me personally. It's not something that I could say is predictable for me. Like, it was a little difficult for me to figure out the ball motion when I was out there. Like, I kept thinking to myself, did I hit the right line? Is that gonna strike? It was a little difficult for me. So these two are not for me, but they're still pretty good. So there you go. That's the end of it. The Sonic Supersonic is done and dusted. We can scratch those off the list and move on to something else finally. So I'm Frank the Tank. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in another one. Thank you very much for watching.